You're listening to Erica Latrice on the air. Your one-stop shop for inspiration. Visit us online at www.ericalatrice.com. Embody the movement, empower your life. Now, here is your host, Erica.
Hello there and welcome. I am Erica Latrice and I'm so pumped about today's episode, per usual. But today we're talking about a topic that I tackle. I can't even think off the top of my head how many times I've talked about this, but it keeps coming up. And so I believe in my heart of hearts that it's something that's going to encourage you today. And so if you are not familiar with me, I say all the time, my passion, my purpose is helping you to live yours. And this show is all about helping you to kickstart your day. I know the power in having something encouraging every single day, something inspirational, something practical, not just inspirational, not to get you hyped up, but actually having practical steps to start carrying out those things that you're hearing. And that is my purpose in this show, helping you to kickstart every single day. You'll be able to hear interviews from inspiring speakers. As long as you tune in, you'll be able to hear my tips to you from things that I've been able to overcome, from the countless women that I've had some men, but the countless women and some men that I've had the incredible experience of witnessing their transformations, helping them in their transformations, and encouraging them in that way. So just to get all of the formalities out of the way, I am the founder of Amplify Her. It's an international women's organization where we go out and we help women expand their reach, increase their voice, to stand on their story. So if you're tuning in today and you feel like you truly have a message, a purpose, a vision in your life, then you are listening to the perfect show for you. And again, this is Erica Latrice on the air. We are jumping in. Today I'm sharing with you 3 practical steps that you can take if you really want to maximize where you're at today. And our message is all about what you have in your hands. I have a video message out. It's blooming where you are, blooming where you're planted today. And I, again, keep hearing this message. So I'm just going to share a few more tips around this and what it is that you have in your hands today and how you can start maximizing it to step out of your comfort zone, or maybe even you're comfortable, but just how to stay consistent to really see those things take place that need to take place in order for you to continue to up level to your next promotion and to see consistent progression in your goals. So, number 1 today, stop waiting for someone else to give you an opportunity. And the story that I want to pull from is that of Tyler Perry. I don't know if you love him, if you hate him. I've seen like so many mixed reviews with Tyler Perry. I, for one, have been so inspired by his story because when he first started out, as he shared, he did it on his own, so to speak. He used his own funds. No one saw him and said, "Oh, you're so amazing. Let me just, fund this vision." He used his own funds to rent out a theater only for about a handful of people to show up. And I would encourage you to listen to his story if you can, grab hold of it somewhere. I'm sure it's on some media outlet right now. But Tyler Perry shares how he saved all of the money that he could save, spent that on renting out an entire theater only for a few people to show up. And I'm sharing that with you because he did not allow that to stop the vision. He continued forward. And now many of us are aware of him. If you're not, you can, look into his story through Google. But many people know him today. And when I think about that, it's so tempting to think that someone must discover you. You must be walking through a store and someone's going to say, "Oh, they look like someone that needs success." Or maybe you're expecting the CEO of your company to just tour the office one day and promote you in an instant. And I'm not saying that these things can't happen. I'm sure it happens for some people. But I am encouraging you to stop waiting for someone else to give you an opportunity, because more often than not, your opportunity, the things that are going to open doors for you, your next promotion, your next ability to see change in your life, is already within your grasp. And I think about the story, if you're familiar with this, it was a woman, she was a widow in the Bible, and she had vessels. And when the prophet came along and he asked her, "What do you have?" And this is yet another story I keep seeing. And all that she had was oil. And he told her to go out and gather as many vessels, ask whoever she needed to ask for this oil. And her dilemma is that she was about to lose everything, including her son, because she owed so much in debt. And we definitely can relate to that today. For many people, maybe you are in debt. Maybe you're not sure how I don't know, your bill's going to get paid next month, or maybe you're not sure how the business is going to thrive or how you're going to get that promotion. And so in that story, she actually went out, asked neighbors, had her sons help her. They gathered as many vessels as they could, and the oil flowed until she ran out of vessels. And so I'm encouraging you today, when you think about what you have in your hands, it's not in someone else's grasp. Nobody else is in control of your next promotion. As much as it may feel like it, hearing naysayers, hearing people second guess your abilities, hearing people say negative things about you, it may feel like it's in their hands. But I'm telling you, you cannot discount those things that are available to you right now. So that brings us to number 2 for today's show. Don't get distracted expecting something new to come. And this is something I can relate to so much. I actually recently wrote a book, and I'll be talking about that. I was so excited about it. Like, so excited. I wrote this book, you guys, like in one day. One day. And that is in a period of my life where I could not get anything done, could not focus recently, and wrote this book in one day. And what it reminded me of, to not get distracted by expecting something new to come. And we all can relate to this, where we feel like, I know this job came to me, or I know this business idea came, or I know this spouse, or insert anything, and now it's gotten old. Maybe you feel like it's boring, or it's not as exciting as it was when you first had it. And so this expectation that in order for you to find success, in order for you to be, joyful again, in order for anything great to happen, you need something new to come along. But some of your best ideas are going to come from what you already have. Everything that's already in your hands typically is going to help you towards that next stage. That is the point that I'm driving home for you. So you can't get distracted expecting something new to come if you're not willing to take care of what you already have. Now, I can give you countless examples from my own life, other people's lives. I definitely can speak to every time that I've gotten ready to move to a new home. When I've been, in that place, like I just said, you feel like maybe it's boring. Maybe it's not giving you the same excitement that it did when you first started. An example for me would be a time where I was living in this small apartment. But when I first moved into that apartment, it was the most exciting place on earth for me because I needed somewhere to live. And so I was excited about it. I appreciated it. I took care of it. And after a while, it got old, it got stale, it got boring, and it also got scary. Like, for me, it was actually scary because I would have to, go around strangers just to get through my door. But as I was in this apartment, I remember the moment when I decided, I don't want to be here anymore. And usually when we get to that point, we want to complain, or we want to just, discount or find something new immediately. We need something exciting to come along. We need it to hurry up. But I don't know how I had this eye-opening experience at that time, but I did. And the message for me at that moment was, take care of what you have. Be faithful over what you have. It's not what you want, but it's what you already have. And so I started treating that apartment like it was like a high-end condo on Fifth Avenue in the middle of New York City. And it was a short time later that I ended up moving into my dream home from that apartment. So I'm encouraging you today, number 2, is to not get distracted expecting something new to come before something amazing can happen in your life. I would encourage you, like nobody's business, to take care of what you have access to. Take care of your current clients. Show up to your current job, excited, on time, and being, the best employee that you can be if you have this desire to step out and own your own business. Take care of the car that you have. Maybe it's not the one you want, but when you start taking care of what you have access to, you may not realize how much faster and how close you are to the big open doors on the other side of that. So the third thing that I want to share with you today, and we are wrapping up, there's nothing too small that's in your hands. And again, when I was going through this confirmation recently, there was a woman, she was sharing how every time she would ask the question, what's in my hands, she would look and there was a pen in her hands. Her name is Joy Blair, if you want to take a look at her on YouTube. But it was such an encouraging message because I was at the time holding my phone watching her video, And I really thought about the question from the basic standpoint of, what do I have in my hands? You know, like what's actually in my hands? And so I would encourage you to think the same thing. What's in your hands, no matter how small it may seem? It could actually be a pen. It could be access to social media accounts. It could be the fact that you do have internet access and you can do a search of your local businesses and start calling people to support your vision. I don't know what that thing is. You would know better than I would ever know. But I'm encouraging today to think about those things that are available to you and in your hands. Because, again, if you can start maximizing where you're at, then you're no longer bound by this contingency that you need X number of dollars in your bank account, or you need to meet the right person, or you need the right wardrobe, or insert anything, any excuse that we make. And if you're confused about the excuse that you're making, here's a really quick exercise that you can do. Ask yourself the question, what do you want? What is it that you want? What's next for you? And then ask yourself the question, why don't you have it yet? And typically our answer to that question, why we don't have it, is every excuse that we're making that's keeping us stuck. We may say, I don't have the money, or I don't know, my parents are being mean to me, or my siblings don't talk to me anymore, or my spouse is getting on my nerves, or I hate my job, or my boss is irritating. All of those things. And usually if you can just find a solution to those things, and some of them are like the solution literally is to let it go and ignore it because it's not going to hold you back. But whatever that thing is, I would encourage you today to address it so that it's no longer stopping you. So just to recap, what do you have in your hand today? Number one, stop waiting for someone else to give you an opportunity. It's already within your reach. And number two, don't get distracted. Don't expect something new to come if you haven't taken care of what you already have access to. And number three, nothing is too small. And so my book that is coming out, I cannot wait to share this with you guys. If you are someone who has struggled with finishing things, then this book is for you. But in the meantime, if you are in a place where you are ready to get focused, you can go to BeFocusedFast.com, and that is a 21-day challenge to help you start getting more focused, start seeing productivity take place in your life. And it's something that has helped me transform so many areas, including working out on a regular basis. So as we have episodes coming up, I will be interviewing people that I believe to be the top experts around the world, people who have encouraging stories, powerful words of overcoming things that many of us are faced with on a daily basis. I thank you so much for listening to today's show. You can stay connected with me across social media at Erica Empowers. And as I tell you all the time, go out and make today amazing because it is absolutely a choice.
For more inspiration, visit us online at ericalatrice.com.